Hello, hello, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Sharice Hurd. I am your Pamper Chef Consultant. I do so appreciate you stopping in. It is Whatcha Cooking Wednesday, and I have some super exciting news to share with you. A new product that's going to be available on Sunday, June 1st. So if you're new here and haven't checked in before, make sure you say hello in the comments. Tell me that you're watching. Tell me what you're making for dinner. I actually made a cashew chicken casserole for dinner, but that's not what I'm cooking tonight. We're going to go right to dessert, okay? We're going to make some hand pies. So what is your favorite flavor of a pie? What do you like inside? What fruit filling do you like inside your pie? I'd love to know. And if you're watching the replay, comment replay so that I know you are watching and checking in later. So we're going to be making hand pies tonight, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute. Because first I want to talk to you about a brand new product that's going to be coming out June 1st. This is our Kids Club box. So we're going to be having a variety of these coming out over the next 6 months or so. So this one is our first one, and it is our Dough Much Fun box. So I want you to see what's in it. So this is what you want to do as far as getting your kids in the kitchen. This summer is the perfect time to grab one of these boxes for you and your kids to spend some time in the kitchen. Maybe it's not your kids, maybe it's your grandkids, maybe it's a niece or nephew. This is it, all right? So you can take a little peek. See, there's this little peek, and then you open it up. Oops, I didn't pre-open this. Look at that. Oh, got one. There we go. What's in here? So I've got in here, there's these recipe cards, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So we've got you get the recipes, you get a seasoning, and you get a durable product, okay? So it's going to be our hand pie and pocket maker, which is this here. You're going to see it in action in just a few minutes, all right? Then you get, like I said, you get a seasoning, and it's our everything pizza seasoning. And you get a little pin. Where is it? Come on. It's hard to do backwards, okay? It is the cutest little, I didn't open it yet. It is a little pizza slice, and I don't think I'm going to be able to open it because I can't find the beginning. There it is. How funny is that, okay? All right, it is this little pizza slice guy. Is he the cutest? I hope you can see that. He is super cute, all right? Now it all comes in this box. So here is, I'll put this down for a second. There we go. All right, so you get 3 recipes with directions. So there's the churro beignets, which, oh my gosh, these are super good. We've had this in our recipe line, but these are super good. And I want you to see on the inside, like there is a lot of pictures. Here's all the directions on the back, all little pictures so that you can the kids can get excited. This is the beginning of the directions in the front. There is some little the ingredients, a little bit of, what you're going to need to finish these off. There's a QR code for more information. Check the little video that goes along with it. And then the pizza topping you're going to use to make these little pizza pockets, okay? Again, there's all kinds of information in here. The kids can, work along. You go along with the kids. And then, so you can make, the third recipe is the 5-minute dough, which is just made with some flour, baking powder, and some Greek yogurt. That's it. 5 minutes. You've got dough for either of these recipes. And then look at all kinds of little safety tips for the grown-ups. All right. And then more information here about the products and the recipes, little shopping list. You can check off what you need. All comes in this box. Okay. Super fun for you and the kids, or you and the grandkids, niece and nephew. Give it as a gift. because this is what you're going to need to have some fun in the kitchen this summer. So tell me, do you have kids or do you cook in the kitchen with kids? I would love to know. And to go along with this, we also sell separately this cutest little apron. How cute is this, right? It has our little happy spoon here in the pocket. Adjustable. The kids are going to like this. So I say it's adjustable. The straps, just like our apron that we have for our consultants, these straps, you just pull them up. All right? They slide right through like that. All right? So it'll fit any size. All right? So, and that off there. So, isn't it the cutest thing? So this is our kids club. You're going to love this. Think about your kids. Think about your grandkids. If you are in a school, this is a great way. Cooking teaches math. It teaches reading. It teaches all the things. My sons and I did a lot of cooking in the kitchen. I'm going to move this off to the side here. A ton of cooking in the kitchen. And I have to tell you, it's one of the best memories I have with my boys. And they are phenomenal cooks now. My oldest one is actually the cook of the family now because his fiance doesn't really cook. So he does most of that cooking. And she's pretty thankful for that. But they started young. I would just have them put the ingredients in a bowl and mix it up. And you know what? Don't worry about the mess. Let them be messy. You know, kids are messy. It's fun. You know, it can all be cleaned up. You're creating memories with your family. And that's what's most important, okay? Or if you watch children during the summer, maybe this will be a fun activity for them. So anyways, that's our kids club. The first box, the Dough Much Fun, will be available June 1st. It's $35, all right? All right, are you guys ready? Let's get cooking, all right? So first, I'm doing a blueberry lemon. Anything with lemon, I am all over it. I apologize. My allergies are just kicking in today. And, okay. So, blueberry lemon. I've got about a quarter cup of fresh blueberries in here. I have some blueberry jam in my measure-all cup. And I love it here. You just pushed it right out, right? You saw that? Just pop right out. All right. And then I need some lemon zest. So I'm going to grab I have a lemon here that I put in the microwave for about 10 seconds. So after I washed it, I put it in the microwave. And that brings all the oils to the outside. So then I've got my little cup zester here. Who's seen the cup zester? Love this thing. So it does have a top that protects the little grates there. This is the catcher part. But inside, if you were doing Parmesan cheese or chocolate or anything, or ginger, this is the holder to get those small things. So we're going to take that off. And if you had extra, like maybe you're doing a bunch of chocolate for like on top of coffee or what dessert, you could grind it up in here and this becomes a lid for this container also, all right, to keep it fresh. So always thinking ahead, Pamper Chef is. So the great thing about the cup zester, you know, usually you have to go one way on a zester. This one, it doesn't matter which way you do it. Just, you can go back and forth and around, sideways. It really doesn't matter. So we just want to get just the outside. You don't want to get into the white pith part. Just that outside part is all we want. And we want the zest of the whole lemon. So when you're making a dessert, you kind of want a little bit, the great thing about this recipe, so we've got the jam, which is processed, right? But by adding the fresh blueberries and the fresh lemon, it is going to give it freshness, okay? So it won't taste like it came out of a jar, all right? Same thing if you were doing just pie filling. Like you could just go to a pie filling and fill these up with, okay? But I would suggest grate up a little lemon zest to put in your blueberry pie filling. Put a little vanilla in with your cherry. Oh my gosh, it's so good, all right? And if you're doing apple, put a little extra cinnamon in there, okay? Just gives it such a great flavor. All right, So I've got that pretty much done. Now I want to turn this, let's get my hands off here. So now I want to give this a little turn because there is a little bar inside there that's scraping that all off the top. So that when I open it, see that little bar right there that kind of stays, this right there, is sliding around, scraping it all off. And then I have it right here, okay? So let's pop that in there. There we go. Move that off to the side. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to stir this up. There we go. Just lemon zest, blueberry jam, blueberries. Whoa. Okay, that blueberry went flying. I'm going to pick it up before I step on it. Oh my goodness. You know, I never claimed to be a clean cook. It always gets messy. Again, I don't even need kids to make it messy. I can make it messy all by myself, right? All right. So now we're just going to get the air fryer heating up. So I'm going to be putting these in the deluxe air fryer over here. The deluxe air fryer oven just came out March 1st. It is a brand new for our kitchen. It is 2 ovens in one. So this top door opens, this door opens both ovens at once, or I can open one oven at a time, all right? Just like that. I can cook 2 different things at the same time, 2 different temperatures. I can sync it so that the, whatever I have at the bottom of it and the top oven will finish at the same time, no matter how long they need to cook or what temperatures they are, okay? It also toasts, it air fries, it convection bakes, it dehydrates, it reheats, perfect reheated pizza, I gotta tell you. So many things, okay? So we're gonna turn this on. I think I wanna do just bake, right? So turn it on, you push the button, and it says, let's get cooking. There we go. All right, I'm gonna use the bake in the top oven. So convection bake is on the bottom, but regular bake is on the top. Oh, and by the way, it makes the best pizza. It's like a pizza oven. This top makes it like a pizza oven. Even if a store-bought frozen pizza comes out phenomenal in here. All right, so bake. I turn the dial to bake. I push the button. It's automatic for 350 degrees. And then it presets to 15 minutes, but I need 20 minutes for these. So I'm going to change the dial to 20 minutes. And then I'm just going to push start. Now it's preheating. So the difference between this one and our old air fryer is that this does need to preheat. The only setting it doesn't preheat for, or the only settings, is toast, bagel, and then the reheat button, okay? So I'm going to use, have you guys seen these? These are our little bag clip and slicer. So I'm going to go across like that, open up. I'm just using, the recipe calls for this, refrigerated pie crust, all right? So we're going to open this up. I'm going to put this over here. We've got a little bit of flour here. I just do this so it doesn't stick. All right. And then this is at room temperature. And we're just going to roll it out. And I've got my pastry mat, paper chip pastry mat down here. All right. So that's all I need to do. Roll that out. Now we want to cut some circles. So with your hand pie and pocket maker, it's 3 parts. So you've got this little spoon. This is the perfect measurement spoon of what you're going to put inside the pockets, okay? Then you've got 2 pieces. This is for the outside. We're going to use this outside. It has a very thin, it has a thinner edge, and that's going to be to cut our circles, okay? Then you have the option. We're going to lay the circle here, and I can fold it, or I can lay the circle here and use this top, as those same little ridges, to place it down on top of it. Sorry, this way. And press it in, all right, to seal it. So you can make your hand pie round, or I can make it folded like a pocket, all right? So we're gonna use this side first. Like I said, it's a little bit thinner You'll see the difference when you hold it. One side's a little thicker. So you want the thin side. All right, and then we're gonna cut out some circles. Just like this. You get probably, oops, I got a little off on that one. You gotta make sure you're inside the thing. I'm trying to get 4, 5 maybe. We'll see if I get the 5th one. That'll be a slide. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna make little pocket ones. All right. Oh, bye. He's ready for us already, so we gotta get moving here. He's gonna sit there and be ready for a bit. All right. So I put that on there. I'm gonna grab a spoonful of our filling right in the middle. All right. And then I just close it, press it together, and look at that. It's sealed. So you can make little empanadas, little pierogies, all kinds of things. All right. So I'm just going to put it, this is our little sheet pan, nonstick sheet pan. I'm going to put them right on there. I'm going to move some stuff around so maybe you can see it. All right. Let's make a couple more of these. All right. I'm going to try and get this one in there. Hopefully I can get it. So I'm going to get these right in the oven. Oop. There we go. So this one was not quite, you can see it was, I went kind of over the side, the edge, the circle wasn't, but it worked fine, okay? See how it's not quite a circle on the edge. It looks like somebody took a little bite of it. It's all good, okay. So we got a little one here. Now if this gets a little sticky, you can always take a little bit of that flour and just rub it on there, okay? All right, let's get another one here. Blueberry in there. All right, and then just, oops, I put it on the wrong side. There we go. Press that together. Look at that. Beautiful little pies, okay? So tell me, what would you put in your pie? Do you want regular pie filling? You want just fresh fruit like this? You could just do fresh fruit with a little, you know, lemon juice, a little sugar if you wanted. All right. That one more. One more. There we go. Get in there. Okay. And press that down. And then I can put this together. I can probably get another one out of that, right? All right. Throw this like there. All right. Now, what I want to do is a little egg wash on there real quick. So I've got an egg here. Take my whisk. Whisk this up. There we go. I'm using a 2 cup prep bowl. Looks like a 2 cup prep bowl. Okay. Use our little pastry brush here, basting brush. And just give that a little coat of egg wash. Oops, I forgot to put my little slits in there. You do want to put a couple little slits in the pocket there to release the steam. Get that going, and then I will get a knife and do that. Go. Just try to get that kind of mostly covered. What do you think, huh? Are you a fan of little pockets? I mean, these are great little desserts, you know. When you want just a little dessert, but not too much, this is the thing. Okay. Put that off to the side. So, I don't know if you ever knew this little hook here on the side. That's actually so that you can hook it on your bowl and it's not going to fall over. You know, like somebody put them in the bowl and it'll fly out. That's what that's for. Okay. So let me grab a little knife, a little paring knife. Just grab one of our like little kitchen. Let me move this over so you guys can see it. A little kitchen paring knife. And I just want to cut little strips. Just going to press it in because we just want it to be able, the steam to get them out. Otherwise it might burst out the other part. All right. All right. Just like that. I think, what do I need to do? Oh, I need to make the sugar. on it. All right, so we're gonna put a little bit of cinnamon sugar on there. And I've got a 1 cup prep bowl with a couple tablespoons of sugar, just white sugar. And then I've got some of our crunchy cinnamon left over from the holidays. But if this comes around, you need to stock up on it, okay? It's usually available October through December. So if you're out of it right now, you'll have to wait till October. All right, so I'm just gonna mix that together and then we're gonna sprinkle that over the top. There we go. All right, so I got my little pies and I just wanna take a little sprinkle over the top. And the cinnamon, again, pairs really well. So it's funny because the cinnamon sugar kind of pairs with many different fruits. You'd be surprised. All right, let me just do this last one. There we go. All right, move you over there. All right, we're gonna go in the oven. It says add food, so I'm gonna open up the top. I'm gonna pop those in. And then I'm gonna push that center button. So it has stayed preheated for me the whole time that I was, after it said, it beeped and said add food, it stayed preheated. It won't always stay that, like forever preheating. So if you forget, something comes up, it will eventually just kind of turn itself off if you're not ready for it. But I got it done in time. So I just pushed the little button here, which is the dial, and that started the timer. So it takes about 20 minutes. The last thing I'm gonna do for these, they'll pretty much be ready. And you can eat them just like that out of there. Or, since I have this lemon, I could take a little bit of this juice out of it, just a teaspoon or so, mix it with some powdered sugar, and make a little glaze to drizzle over them when they come out, okay? That's it. That's how you make a ham pie, The same procedure would be if I was making a little pizza pocket. I would just put like a couple little pepperonis in there, a little bit of sauce, some cheese, done. Pizza pockets ready. Way better than pizza rolls out of the freezer, right? Okay, make that 5-minute dough, super easy. That's what I have for you this week. Again, just a reminder, our Kids Club box here with a Dough Much Fun theme will be available June 1st for $35. It includes the hand pie maker, a little pizza pin for the kiddos, 3 recipes, all kinds of information, shopping lists, and our everything but the pizza seasoning, all right? And then while you're at it, you should get the kids an apron, okay? The pins are sold separately, so if you have 2 or 3 kiddos, you can buy 1 box for everybody and then buy little extra pins so they all get the little pizza pins. So the pins, 1 pin comes with this, but you can also buy the pins separately if you have extra kiddos, all right? So that is it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you coming and sharing some time in my kitchen with me. I hope you'll join me again next week. If you have any questions about the Kids Club box, please just let me know. Pop them in the comments or send me a message. I'd love to talk to you about it. All right? Have a great week, everyone. See you later. Bye.